Anyway, the presentation I'm going to do is talking about the changing world and a changing industry. The main pieces of it are going to be changes to the economy, changes to the automotive industry, changes to collision repair, and what iCar's role in that changing industry is. A couple of things, if you look at the changes to the automotive industry, you have CAFE standards that are changes, emergence of 5-star crash ratings are changed, and really at the shop level, if you look at it, the definition of a well-equipped shop today and the definition of a well-trained technician is significantly different than it was before. Changes in the economy, well, the quote up here says it all. With the exception of wartime, the public finances in the majority of advanced industrial countries are in a worse state today than at any time since the Industrial Revolution. The world economy, the European Union would be in a financial meltdown, and who would have thought that an EU country would be in danger of defaulting on its obligations? Overall unemployment in Europe would reach double digits, with Spain at over 19%. And for the first quarter of 2009, the annualized rate of decline in the gross domestic product would be 14% in Germany, Japan at 15%, the UK at 7%, and 21.5% for Mexico. Moving into our country, in the U.S. economy, the national debt, according to CNN, would exceed $13 trillion. We all know about the government bailout committing to $12 trillion in bailouts. Short-term interest rates would be 0 to 0.25%. Unemployment would exceed 10%. But even more startling to me was seeing that the unemployment rate for people aged 16 to 24 is approaching 50%. And another bullet point on there that I find very, very interesting is more new cars would be purchased in China than in the U.S. last year, and that trend is likely to never be reversed. Next slide. Overall unemployment has more than doubled in the last 3 years. The decline in collision repair employment mirrors exactly what's going on in the rest of industry. The decline in claims and losses, again, it's exactly mirroring what's occurring in unemployment and in industry at large. This next chart, average weekly production hours, really what this is a measure of capacity. What it means is repairers have responded to the declining claims by a reduction in employment, which is currently in the collision business at a 10-year low. So what changes have we seen in the auto industry? Quite a few, really. If you look at it, 2 of the 3 U.S. auto manufacturers would have to go into bankruptcy. The UAW and Fiat would emerge with 90% of Chrysler, and all of us and the UAW will own almost 80% of GM during this time period. Hummer, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Saturn, Plymouth, and Mercury brands would go away. More on the auto industry. 35 North American assembly plants would close. About 5,000 new car dealers would be slated to be eliminated, resulting in the loss of almost 250,000 jobs. And another, to me, very startling statistic was, for the first time ever, 1.2 million more cars would be scrapped than sold. And on the insurance side, almost 70% of the policies would come from only 10 companies now. And if that's not enough, new CAFE standards mandate or will be mandating a 30% increase in fuel economy for 2016 models. In the last 5 years, gasoline electric hybrid models went from 7 to 24, with 120 additional models planned, 34 of which will be on sale by 2012. Virtually all manufacturers have produced or will produce an all-electric concept car. And if that's not enough, there's still more change coming. Roof crush regulations for rollovers become more stringent in 2012. All cars will be required to have electronic stability control by the 2012 model year, in addition to the already mandated airbags. And anymore, it's getting hard to find a vehicle that doesn't have the additional safety features like anti-lock brakes, seat, side, roof, airbags, and traction control. Even more change is coming. Use of lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control, parking assist, blind spot detection, and advanced lighting systems is increasing. And once reserved only for luxury nameplates, aluminum, magnesium, boron, and other exotic metals are going mainstream. Further change is indicated by the volume of vehicle sales. Monthly sales have dropped by a third and are really at the lowest in 30 years. However, enough of the glass half empty stuff. Not all change is negative. There is some positive to change. Sometimes change is good. Governments and manufacturers around the world are investing billions of dollars in alternative fuel vehicles. Cars are more fuel efficient today and greatly safer than they've ever been before. Automobile manufacturers produce better quality cars and trucks with more standard features than ever before. Again, not all change is bad. The focus on environmental and safety issues, even during the repair process, has increased dramatically. Opportunities exist like never before to differentiate your business to your customers. And repairers who keep up with today's vehicles will have the opportunity to increase their market share. What about the customer, the consumer? We know he wants to do business with repairers who demonstrate the ability to deal with his or her valuable automobile effectively and take care of them personally as well. Will not settle for less than a complete, safe, and quality repairs from collision repair professionals. They're keeping their car longer and driving less miles, and is also reporting fewer collision claims with higher deductibles, therefore paying more out-of-pocket repairs. Another shift with the consumer is they're placing significant value on safety. If you look at the 5-star safety rating is really resonating with consumers. I'm not sure everyone in the audience knows. I didn't know that I actually knew the technical definition of a 5-star rating, but it really is, what it means is a full frontal test equivalent to a 2-car, 35-mile-an-hour head-on collision where seat-belted, adult-sized crash dummies are in the driver and passenger seat. And ratings represent the chance of serious chest injury for the driver, front seat passenger, and the rear seat passenger, and range from 5 stars, which is less than a 6% chance of serious injury, to 1 star, which is greater than a 25% chance of serious injury.